Hey, what's up, YouTube? This your boy at No More Gang Stalking, bringing you another one. I got a lot to do today, but my sister, she went out with my uncle, so I know they out there, following her, harassing her, um, that's what they do, but she's strong, she know how to deal with them, um, but later on I will be trying to get out, um, got a few things I need to do. Got to get all this out for the umbrella for 1,000 people. You know what I'm saying? To try to help educate the community about what's going on out here, and just to educate the community in general. So I will be getting that out. You know, but right now I want to show you some of the sinister points of this program, right? So y'all gonna have to be kind of patient with me because I'm not technical like that. But we're gonna get through this. We're gonna show that this program causes mass shootings. Okay, so let's do it, y'all.
This is AG1. This is daily nutrients plus gut health supports, powering your everyday performance. One daily.
And police credit public tips and surveillance cameras with helping.
Atlanta shooter.
Getting that from YouTube.
Okay, so here we go.
A lot of twists and turns tonight, so speculation on how the alleged shooter knew the victims are circling right now. Tonight, investigator Rebecca Lindstrom found some court filings that may offer some clues here.
Raisa Kinney acted as her own attorney, filing hundreds of court documents the past 2 years, seeking justice against claims of harassment and fraud. And
Gang
today,
stalking.
we read all of them. By the time police arrested her, court records claim she was fighting to stop foreclosure on property in Douglasville, get her power turned back on. And while she did have her condo, as of May, she said she had less than $3,000 to her name and no income.
That's what gang stalkers try. That's what gang stalkers try to do. You know what I'm saying? They try to demolish. They try to diminish you financially. That's a tactic of gang stalking.
She blames these problems on two groups: BDO, the accounting firm where she worked as an IT audit manager until last November, and the property management company for 1280 West Peachtree, where she lived. Let's start with BDO. Kinney claims she found repeated evidence that audits were not being performed correctly. She claims she told her boss, Wesley Freeman, one of the men killed in the shooting. Kinney says the company ignored her concerns, and when she refused to drop it, started harassing her. That's where the property management company comes in. She alleges they allowed someone to use a copy of her key to her condo to break in, steal things, and intimidate her. The other person killed.
Now, this is what gang stalkers do. If you're a target, you know that they do break-ins. And this is straight out the Stasi playbook. They break in, they move things around, and do God knows whatever else, right? But this is one of their tactics, right? So this is one of the gang stalkers that she deceased.
Was Michael Shinners, who worked as the general manager for that condo association. Kinney did report these alleged break-ins to police. She states in her lawsuit that an officer was sent out to review security footage and dust for fingerprints. She lists 3 incidents in her lawsuit from last year, but it wasn't until a week ago that she started posting her allegations and frustrations on LinkedIn.
Someone broke into my home, right? They opened the safe, they broke the safe, opened the safe, took evidence that I had in my safe.
Kinney has been trying for a while to get someone to listen to her claims. She actually reached out to us in April. She claims her phone and computer were hacked and that she was...
You hear that? Phones and computers hacked, right? Now, if you're being gang stalked, you know that this is what they do. They hack into our devices, right? So phones and computers hacked, right?
Isolated from her family who live outside.
Isolation, right? They try to isolate people, right? I know a lot of targets probably already know about this story. You know, I think it was 3 or 4 people that she deceased, and but you know, this is for people that's just come to the channel about this sinister program.
Side of the country. In her court filing, she says several times that she feared for her life.
Okay. Walmart shooter death note.
Getting that from YouTube.
Coming overhead.
Heavy storms are rolling in.
Expect pop-up thunderstorms and rain all day
Okay,
long.
so let's see, you know.
Weather ready, wherever you.
We're learning more about the gunman accused of killing 6 of his co-workers at a Chesapeake, Virginia Walmart before taking his own life. Police revealed 31-year-old Andre Bing left a death note on his phone explaining why he carried out the attack. Bing blamed his co-workers and Satan for his behavior. In his note, he mentioned specific co-workers by name, but witnesses say during the shooting, no one person was targeted.
He just opened fire and he literally was just doing like this. He was not aiming at anybody specific. He was just shooting all throughout the room. It just really hasn't processed to me that we're in the middle of an active shooting and your manager is the one doing it. I think seeing him doing it is what threw me off.
Well, Bing reportedly did not have a criminal record and purchased the gun used in the attack legally just hours before the shooting. Officials say also publicly identified the youngest victim in the attack as 16-year-old Fernando Chavez Baron. The 11th grader reportedly began working at the store just a few weeks ago. A vigil is scheduled for Monday evening to honor those.
Okay, now a 16-year-old was killed. I told you they use them young, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, he was 16 years old, right? You know, they use these young people to participate in this harassment, right? But you know, that's not what. But you know what I'm saying? Let's see if this the one that got the information that I want to
tired and you grumpy and you
show.
want to shout.
Pretend you're a dragon and let it.
3 days after the mass shooting at a Virginia Walmart, employees who narrowly escaped are now speaking out. And as Morgan Norwood reports, investigators today released new information about the weapon the alleged gunman used.
Tonight, chilling new details about the Walmart supervisor who police say opened fire on his own co-workers at a store
They was
in
harassing
Virginia.
him.
Police say Andrew Bing legally bought a 9mm handgun.
Just
from a
imagine how
local
long they
store
was harassing him. He
just
probably
hours
didn't even know
before the
what was
killings,
going
and
on,
left
but
a
he was
death
targeted.
note on his phone, accusing colleagues of mocking him and comparing him to Jeffrey Dahmer, going on to ask for forgiveness, saying that he was led by Satan. Survivors reliving the horrifying moments when those gunshots rang out.
Even when I sleep, I could still play.
He let her go.
So I can't run away from it. Like, I had to sit there on the floor and in front of me watch my coworker have her last moment.
6 employees were killed.
Gang
Lorenzo
stalkers.
Gamble, Brian Pendleton, Kelly
They was
Powell,
gang stalk harassing
Amy
them.
Blevins, Tanika Johnson,
They was put up
and
to
a
harassing them.
16-year-old now identified
They was all
as
put up to
Fernando
harassing
Chavez
this
Barron,
boy.
his friend, still in disbelief.
I wished everything was a dream. I was hoping everything was a dream.
Fellow Walmart employees describing Bing as a loner who sometimes clashed with colleagues, but they say they never expected him to be violent. The 31-year-old died at the scene, police say, of an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. Tonight, as authorities continue to search
That's
for
behind
motive, the community searching for peace, with many gathering overnight to pay their respects to the victims in what's now one of several mass shootings in the state's recent history.
Unfortunately, the incident in Virginia Beach a few years ago kind of stuck in my head as soon as I heard about it. I was thinking Virginia Beach strong, you know, we're Chesapeake strong too.
Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Okay, I'm gonna start up part 2 so I can get to the part that I want, y'all.